Hey guys, what's up? What's happening? Alright guys, this is Urban American Tacticula here. What I want to go over is this Weller 15-piece I can't get this right. I want you to know that I've done this video quite a few times. It's a wood burning and hobby kit. I'm not doing this over. Whatever I say, we're sticking with it. If I tell you it's a box of rocks, we're going with it. Alright, what is this basically? Well, it's basically a soldering iron with a bunch of different tips on it. I have used this already. This is a really cool tip. It is a flat tip. I use this to get rid of a couple sharp edges on my SIG P226R Combat. When I did a stipple job on there was a couple little areas that were a little sharp, that were rubbing my hands raw. So I used this. It's still got a little plastic on it. You can still kind of see it on there. But I used that for that. Now, let's get right to the guts of it. Comes with this soldering iron from Weller. Model number WSB25WB. Screw-in tips. Nice long extension cord. I wound it all up nice and neat after I used it so I could smash it back into the package so I could do a little review on it. It's one of those things. I always forget to do videos, guys. I'll get something cool and I'll just forget to do a video on it. I went and got the Phoenix LD20. I want to do a video on that and everything like that. It's a really nice flashlight. I'll get to it. What I'm going to be doing with this is I'm going to be stippling my ATI folding stock, the pistol grip area of it. I'm going to be stippling. Comes with a little stand. Stands up pretty nice. Keeps it off. Keeps it protected. Keeps you from burning something that you lay it on instead of doing the old. Now, what's cool about the soldering iron is it still has these flat edges that go around. Unlike my old one right here, which is dead. This one was just round, and it kind of rolled all over the place. Of course, it's not going to do it now, but whatever. What the hell. So it does have some flat surfaces that keep it from rolling, but you know, always use the stand just to be safe. Works pretty good. Can't complain about that. Alright, we've got that out of the way. Let me just dump this all out into the tray. Alright, I'm going to go over the ones that I think I won't be able to use basically for doing stippling first, and then we'll get to the ones that I'll use for stippling last. Alright, you've got your X-Acto knife and of course your carrier for the X-Acto knife. This goes in there like that. You screw it in, you tighten it down. X-Acto blade goes in there, and you can cut foam and stuff like that. Works pretty damn good. I don't have any complaints about that. I like it. I think it works great. It is what it is. Alright, the next. These are almost like a castle nut type of deal. They've got like a little castle nut pattern on them. I'm not sure if this is even going to focus, but you get the point. It's probably too dark for it to focus. It is just a little castle nut. This has got a little bigger square in the middle, where this one has a smaller square in the middle, but same thing, smaller bits. Pretty cool. Don't know what I would use that for, to be honest. This one has just got straight lines in it. Horizontal lines that just go straight across it. Once again, I don't know what I would use it for as far as, unless I was doing wood burning. So, I'm not too concerned about that. Alright, here's more of your chisel point. Not really a chisel point, but here's more of your chisel point. Straight cut right across. 45-degree angles coming in. There is no groove to it or anything like that. This not going to be used for stippling, either with this one. It is what it is. Alright, and then here's your shading. This is for shading. You use this for shading when you're doing wood burning. This might be good for certain areas if your stippling comes out too sharp and it's really abrasion to your hand and everything like that. You might be able to just take this and just lightly bump it down. Just get rid of some of that sharpness. I can imagine that being used for that. Now, these are the 3 tips I'm going to be using when I do my ATI folding stock pistol grip Remington 870. I'm going to be doing the pistol grip area. This one right here, this is your, it's got like kind of a rounded edge, about a 40, it's more like a 60-degree grind on it. Not too strong, not too, let's see if I can get it to zoom in, not too bad. That's going to be, I'm probably going to use this for the main area. This one, the best way I can explain this one is it looks like the retaining pin for your buffer tube and your buffer assembly. Not your buffer tube. Well, yeah, I guess your buffer tube, your buffer, and your buffer spring that goes in the AR lower, and it keeps the buffer from coming back into the action. That's exactly what this one looks like. This is more blunted. It has a bigger surface area at the end, but it is slightly rounded. It does have a round edge to it. This, I think, would be good for the main surface area of firearm that you are stippling. This would be really good for doing the main area where you don't want it maybe that sharp, but you do want it pretty sharp. And then you could come in and you could start working your way out towards the edges with this, and then you finally want to do the fine detail area. Now, with this tip, you got to be careful. This is a very aggressive, and it's not that sharp. It's not that it's sharp or it hurts you, but it does come to a point, and it's got a little bit of a flat point. But as hot as these get, you will press straight through. And if you're dealing with something like a Glock or an M&P, an XD, or any firearm where the grips aren't removable like a SIG and a 1911, you got to be careful because you're dealing with the frame is actually the firearm. So you don't want to sit there and damage the frame. So what you want to do is you want to use this lightly, and I would say this is going to be more of your fine detail stippling in areas maybe where your thumb goes up on the top of the frame near the slide. Maybe do that little area aggressive so you have a little bit tighter aggressiveness in there, and it's a smaller stippling in a bigger area. Gives it a little bit more aggression. Maybe the front of the trigger guard, I should say, trigger guard. Maybe that area with this, because this is really aggressive. Being that it's aggressive, you definitely want to take caution with that. Other than that, that's it. Like I said, I've used it. It got plenty hot, plenty fast enough. I like it. I think it's a good little product. I can't complain. I don't have any negatives to say about it. I used this to beat down some little rough spots I had in my SIG that were a little too aggressive. I just heated it up and just kind of went like that. I could have most likely used the shader, which is this, and that would have probably given me better control. It is a little bit smaller, but at the time I was just like, let me just try this. So that's something to think about. But all in all, I mean, I can't complain. The Weller wood burning 15-piece kit for stippling firearms. I'm going to be using it. Check it out. I think it was $10.97 at Lowe's. They got it on clearance. Originally $18.97. So something to take a look at. Just if you're, and you're in the market. I was looking at sending an M&P 9 compact out to get stippled. And I was looking at the price, and I think it was like for the whole frame, not the whole frame obviously, but to do the frame, it was $150. I think it was $150. And then I think you have to pay to ship it back too. So, it's, plus you got to go through the hassle, the FFL and everything like that. With this, you do it yourself. You take your time. You tape off areas with a thick layer of tape that you don't want to get stippled. This way, if you accidentally, whatever, you don't have to worry about it melting immediately through or leaving a melt mark along your frame or whatever. Just something to think about, guys. Nothing big. It was a $10 purchase. I needed a new soldering iron anyway. My old one kind of shit the bucket. The tip broke and it just stopped working on top of that. So, what can you do? I'm not going to take it apart to figure out what went wrong with it. But that was I don't know what this is, a WIL link, whatever. It's a POS. No, I've had that thing forever and it worked great. So something for you guys to think about. Check it out. If you're thinking about doing it, I do have a video up on stippling. I'm going to be doing a video on this, stippling my ATI shotgun hand grip. So check it out, guys. Have a good one.